schoolyards, the place of relaxation, or just shown getting hit by a ball that broke the sound barrier. For me, that didn't happen a lot, but to be fair, that was a true story, but in a schoolyard. But it's still a back of a yard, so I count it. Like the title suggests, I've experienced some weird freaking games I don't know the name of, but maybe because I know how it works, but whatever, I'm making a video because I want to. Backyard games have so many different types and genres. One of these are physical games, where it's got its own rule set, strategy, and true difficulty. I don't like playing the games where you sit and play with marbles or something. One of my personal favorites is called Fish Out of Water, or some people call it Groundies, I've heard. So the rules are that someone gets called Ed, and that person goes and counts to 30 seconds. They close their eyes and come over and try to find you. They can call fish out of water every 20 or so seconds, and if you're on the ground while they say that, you are now the new It. This is probably why people call it Groundies, and most obviously if you get tagged, then you're the new It. Okay, cool stories now. One day in the good old 5th grade, we were playing Fish Out of Water. Someone got called It and we started playing. The way I like to play this game is to make some noise on purpose to get their attention and dodge and weave to mess them up. So here's the layout of the situation. There's a couple metal bars around and a place to stand. I was here and the It was here. So I started stomping on my feet to what I was standing on. They started to approach. I jumped and swung around and I miscalculated and... He didn't cry or anything, but the image of thinking you're about to get someone and then randomly getting slammed into the side just sounds horrible. Good thing it didn't happen to me. Just kidding, I felt bad and helped him up. My stupidity got me in, so now I know not to injure people to win. Oh, well, all I know is...
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
I had to include that. Okay, I got a little off subject, but that wasn't really a backyard game, but it's still a yard that's in the back. So it still counts, right? This next game I think we've all played, which is Frisbee. It's one of my personal favorites and some even play it professionally. I know how to throw it, but I don't know how to throw it at Mach 10. It's the same thing with, I don't understand how they can hit a ball 250 yards. I can barely hit 100. But back to Frisbee. I used to go to Frisbee parks with my grandmother and we threw Frisbees all day long. I sucked at it, but whatever, I was having fun. And I need to include this story. So when I was living in these apartments with my mother, I liked going to these parks next to it where there was a field, a playground, a tennis court, and a basketball court. All that stuff was really fun. One day, me and my sister went there with a Frisbee and started throwing it. It attracted attention and people started to join in. Being the person I am, I got it, I threw it, it went a little too high, and... well, there goes the fun. Yeah, it never came down. Just like with a kite, and, my slipper. On to the next. This one is more of a personal game no one probably knows about. So, have any of you seen or read this book? Ha ha! I never did. I flipped 3 pages to a map. So with my childhood friend Soul, both of us came up with a game that included this map and it was called Spirit Animals. Because we acted like we were animals. No, shut up, I was 8 years old! Anyways, all the games have a mission or accomplishment that comes with it, and this huge tree that was in my backyard, we said it was the crystal tree, and it needed protecting. From what, you ask? From the zombie apocalypse coming from the backyard that wants to devour your everything. So instead of it being an American, we were magical animals with magical powers. We took out the zombies very gently and softly. Yep. We were animals, right? So we also got all those attacks like bite and scratch like Pokemon. I honestly really had fun playing this and I love the creativity aspect of it. What I mean by that is that we didn't write down any specific powers or abilities. We came up with them ourselves, like ice spikes that came out of the ground or being able to punch like Mr. Incredible. Now come to think of it, I realize this really has some elements of D&D or Dungeons and Dragons. Never played it. Maybe I should. I don't know. I do remember playing this game with my sister and she was just confused. Autumn had no idea what was going on since she was like around 4 or 5. I do remember her sitting on the ground casting little spells on little bugs. Die, little worm, a beady. Moving on, the next game is Cops and Robbers, or some people call it Wranglers and Renegades. Doesn't have that same ring to it though. This game is quite simple. There's someone that is a cop and multiple people as a robber. The robbers try to go to the bank or building of some kind. Then the cops try to stop them by tagging. When playing this game, like I mentioned earlier, I'm really experienced with dodging and weaving, so I like going straight for the bank and dodging those cops. Maybe I'm just really fast, I don't know. I had so much fun, but when deciding who's gonna be the cop, it's always hard because no one wants to. Someone eventually says they would. It's always pathetic. Okay, who wants to be it? I don't. Come on, we need someone. I will. You don't have to. But I must! My life has been leading up to this moment! I cannot express how much I want to be it! Bro, it's just a game. Trust me, buddy. I will do the best job of being, quote-unquote, it for this cops and robbers game. That was a little extra, but it's kind of how it feels sometimes. But onto something of why I started to make this video in the first place. So, one day, me and my father were sitting down talking about this exact trick shot that Dude Perfect did. And I came up with the perfect idea. What if we did our own trick shots? Now, usually how this works is you flip a couple bottles and then you give up because you just get bored. But oh no, this went way farther than that. We got a water bottle and started flipping it like you do, and I know, the most insane trick shot ever, but we started getting a little more creative with our shots. And first my sister Autumn joined in and flipping it by holding it from the bottom. Then we tried to land it on the lid. Next we thought of throwing it up a little higher. We started to land in a couple places and I started to record these, and this is the first one right here. Oh my! Yeah. We landed on the fridge, which is pretty crazy considering that it's around 6 feet tall. I landed this one personally, and I thought it was the most insane because it's pretty hard to do because you can't really see the top of where you're landing. Next, we landed on this closet type thing, which is awesome. Whoa, let's go! My father was the crown victor of this one, and this one was way harder than the fridge because it was around 7.5 feet tall, which was, at that point, you can't even see the top at all. Also, this one was funny because the bottle slid away like it was about to miss its bus for work. Next, we went outside, and my father was just recording me having a good old time with the water bottle, and he caught this on camera.
Oh my gosh, dude! What? Oh my gosh! Are you joking me?
My jaw frickin' dropped. Like, what in the world? I threw the water bottle sideways, making it fly like 15 feet, and it perfectly hit right in between the two wood panels. I know it was just luck, but when you get something like that to happen, you feel like you could do anything. This bottle actually sat in the fence wedged in for almost a year, and because of the sugar inside, mold started growing inside, and it looked like an alternate planet. I don't even know what I was looking at, but eventually it fell out and disappeared. Flipped bottle of mold. You will probably not be missed because you're a piece of plastic with mold inside. The next trick was when we went over to this fence and I found this blue bottom type piece of a bunk bed which was just sitting there, so I propped it onto this fence and we started throwing bottles onto it. Eventually we did this. Oh my god! I can't believe it's stuck onto this little bit of ledge. Now I guess it's easier because of the fence being propped onto, but I can't imagine without the fence. But it's still a good 2 inches of length you have to land this bottle onto. This next throw is one of my favorite shots of the day. Just watch. Oh my god! Yeah, I spun this bottle in a weird way where the top clipped the inside of the fence and sunk in. Now, I have saved the best for last, like we all do. Me and my father were running out of places to throw our bottles, so we went into our front yard and saw a ledge. This one right here. Looks impossible. There's no way. It's slanted at around a 15-degree angle. It's very bumpy and unstable. So we started throwing at it because why not? I set up a camera to see what happens and... Oh my gosh, dude! We lost it. To this day, one of us brings it up and we just talk about how insane this shot was. Just it landing on this little ledge that slanted even thinner than the bed part we did earlier. After that insane day, all of those tricks, and yes, that all happened in the span of 3 hours, we now call this day October 17th, Dude Perfect Day. So now, next time it's October 17th, all you gotta do is something crazy cool with a water bottle. So, that's all the best of my stories and games I've played over the years with my friends and family. I hope you all have a great day and sincerely think that you should consider subscribing. Oh! Oh my gosh! Ow! Sorry. Whoa, that took a second to make. Yeah, whatever. 6 months, it's fine. However long it takes. Animating takes a long time. And to point this out, it has been, I probably spent a total of like 80 or 100 hours on just the animation. Maybe like everything combined, like, you know, the script writing and everything, but holy crap, that took so long. I cannot believe the amount of time that took. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. No, like, seriously, can someone, like, come over here? Oh my gosh, I got hit in the face with a dodgeball. Ah! Oh my gosh. Ah!